let's just say exactly what you said.
I know the president declared martial law, so there were quite a few people that were a bit concerned, both here and back home.
Yeah, I was gonna cancel my trip actually before coming here because I was like, if it's politically unstable, maybe it's not really safe.
We could sense that there was like a bit of tension, but we couldn't like really see it.
Trip was a little like, are we going to do it or not, when all the news started coming around about the political unrest. But then, what's life without a little excitement?
Seen TikToks, and of course just being here, it has just been an opposite experience of what you see, like the clips on TikTok.
The recent happenings in Korea right now, I'm out on the streets to ask tourists, is it safe to travel to Korea right now? Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey.
Belgium. Paris.
I grew up southwest of London in an area called Surrey.
Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Poland. India.
I'm from France.
I'm from Italy.
South Dakota.
How has your trip, traveling to Korea been so far?
It's been incredible. Even better than last time. Always so much to do. The people are extremely kind. I love the cuisine here, the shopping. It's right up my alley. So I've been really enjoying myself here.
Do you know about like the things happening in Korea right now?
Yeah. So it's always kind of concerning when you wake up to an alert on your phone saying that something's happened. But I know the president declared martial law. So there were quite a few people that were a bit concerned, both here and back home. So that was definitely a new and intriguing experience for me.
I was aware of it through looking on, a couple articles online, but I'd say on quite a superficial level.
And have you been affected in any way by what is happening in Korea as a tourist?
This is my first time here, so I don't have really a lot of comparison, but I would say no. No, I haven't.
Honestly, quite safe. I was expecting more chaos because of what we heard on the television, but things are safe and chill, and I feel quite good.
Would you say, because of what's happening in Korea right now, it has affected you in any way?
Not really. I have to be honest, not yet.
It's pretty good for now. I like it here.
With the recent happenings in Korea right now, have you been affected by that as a tourist?
I was pretty shocked at first because I wasn't expecting this, what's happening. But my friends here, they say, don't worry about it, it's not a big thing.
To be honest, not really. We could sense that there was like a bit of tension, but we couldn't like really see it. Because you really have to go to, I don't know, like Seoul city hall and stuff like that to be able to see like a change.
It did not affect me at all because I was there already after the incident. But I had a lot of my friends, texting me, asking me how are you really going there? There will be martial law, there will be war. I was like, it's going to end up pretty soon, and I was actually right because it was the shortest martial law in the history, 6 hours, basically the duration of the Dune film, the second part. So it was a short thing. It didn't affect me at all.
Yeah, we are. We've been tracking the news.
And has that affected you in any way as a tourist?
Initially it did. I feel like we were nervous about coming. That it happened, just everything kind of happened the day before we came or 2 days before we came. And so our families were really nervous, but we were like, let's just go. We're not going to go to, I guess, the places where things were more so happening. We were really just come every year to eat and shop.
Well, yeah, our trip was a little like, are we going to do it or not, when all the news started coming around about the political unrest. But then, what's life without a little excitement? We thought, let's just go and try it out. Well, I wouldn't say we've been affected, but a lot of people are concerned. So our friends and family back home are checking on us more often than I would have thought they would. Before we left, people were like, are you sure you really want to go? But I think this is a democratic country, so I didn't think those things would really matter much. I'm really excited to go to the DMZ as well. So, just that people are a little more worried about us back home, that we should be safe.
Yeah, same here. So we thought that probably the trip is off, but then we saw that everything is back to normal in 6 hours, so we came.
Yeah, it's hard to not be aware of it.
Has that affected you in any way?
No. It's really recent events, so no, it doesn't affect us as civilians.
As a tourist, traveling to Korea with the things happening in Korea, has that affected you in any way?
It hasn't affected me at all. I've met up with some of my Korean friends here, and I usually use them to gauge, whether or not it is safe or not. And they weren't concerned at all. Like I had said before, I was out and about shopping. I'm staying over in Myeongdong, so just out and about, going about my business. No one really seemed concerned. And it seemed like the order was lifted within a few hours overnight, so it wasn't anything huge, but definitely interesting to see as a foreigner coming over here. Yeah.
And would you say like it's safe to travel to Korea right now?
More than safe. I would recommend it right now, absolutely. Like I said, the energy's the same, the people are great, everything's been totally fine here.
I would say yes. Yeah, the impression that I've got is yes, it's quite safe.
Of course, there's just so many people around all the time. Even though it's winter, there's so many tourists. I didn't feel unsafe at all. Like I was out till late in the evening and then, even in the morning, absolutely no problems.
Yeah, it's pretty safe.
It's one of the safest countries I've ever been to.
For me, the safe, you have so many cameras, and it's more safe more than Paris.
It's not dangerous here. It's like pretty safe here. I really like here.
I feel pretty safe. I think that just sticking to the areas that we had originally planned to come to, like eating, shopping, cafes, everything is still has been the same. We've been here the past 2 years, and everything is literally just the same.
Yes, totally. I didn't see anything that is non-normal. People are having fun. Hongdae is vibrant as it always is, so nothing changed.
Yeah, it's really safe to travel in Korea right now. Like there is no problem. Like the incident stays like only like for 6 hours, so it's really fine like for you to come to Korea.
Is the media currently over-exaggerating what is currently happening in South Korea right now?
From what I can see from the news media, I was going to cancel my trip actually before coming here because I was like, if it's politically unstable, maybe it's not really safe to go. And I'm traveling by myself. But honestly, life feels quite normal here.
So it's safe to travel to Korea right now?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, too much. Way too much.
So, I mean, Korean people are used to be really taking things seriously, generally speaking. So, yeah, they are kind of exaggerating a little bit. There is like a little movement of panic, but like for only one night. But the next day it was over and like nothing didn't really, like we didn't really notice any different, any change in our daily lives.
I definitely think so. I've seen TikToks, and of course just being here, it has just been an opposite experience of what you see, like the clips on TikTok, compared to just being here. As you can see, like everything's pretty normal, everyone's pretty chill. Yeah, it's been the same from previous years.
This is food for them, This is food they have to eat, they have to consume, they have give people feed to consume. So that's basically it. They just get something to do.
I'm not sure. To be honest, like my Korean friends were always like, okay, don't worry, don't put too much stress on yourself in trying to understand what's happening because like it's just bullshit happening. Yeah, in a sense. So I was more led by, so I didn't put too much stress on myself on this situation. I was not worried because like I think Korea is very efficient in its own way of functioning and stuff like that. So yeah.
What has been the best that has happened to you traveling in Korea?
I think I made a couple of friends last time I was in the country. So this time around, I've been able to meet up with them and get, kind of a more rich experience. Just going to, more traditional restaurants, shopping spaces, kind of the more non-touristy areas, which is what I value personally a bit more. So I think that for me is kind of the topping on the cake.
I just met like a lady in a restaurant. It was led by 3 ladies, and they were so nice, and they kept bringing food, and it was very cute, and they're quite hospitable people. So yeah, I'm good.
We talked about, like how you had zero idea about, like Korea. Why did you choose not to, consume like any content about Korea before traveling out to Korea?
Because I think often we tend as tourists to go in the places that you're advised to go. And as a designer, I really wanted to be just wandering around and marveling. And I bought a guide, and I'm just following the guide as I go.
The food. The food and the fast life here. You can do whatever you want every time. So in the morning, in the night, you have so many things you can do.
People are really friendly here. Coffee shop owners, they offer free food, like, oh, try this, you're a tourist, try. Yeah, they are really nice. I really like people here.
I was at the Gwanchang night market the other day. I was having dinner, and these lovely locals just started making conversation with me. Their English wasn't great, and my Korean's not great either. but we managed to kind of patch together a really awesome conversation, and it was a really wholesome moment.
So I would say, like, when we got off at the airport, we had some time, and they had this Korean culture, like 2 different exhibits at the airport itself. And we actually did that, and it was really nice. We did like a VR thing. And just doing that just after walking out of your flight was, I think, a great experience. Very unexpected. We didn't plan for it. So that's number 1. And the number 2 is there's like a restaurant, and I'm not sponsoring this in any way, but there's this place called Vegan Kitchen right here, and we had like really good dinner there. So I think these 2 things, not planned for, but amazing.
What is one advice to give to tourists that are traveling to Korea?
How you have no worries to make, like just come to Korea. If you love Korea, you can just come. Like there is absolutely nothing to risk, and that's kind of the safest country right now.
What is one neighborhood in Seoul you recommend for tourists to check out when they travel to Korea?
My recommendation will be Sangsu. Sangsu is a good place for shopping, and you can find like nice stuff, like nice place, a little park, and it's not really very known for tourists. So I recommend you to go there, and you will be surprised.
Hanok villages are pretty popular, but it's a little bit more traditional over there, a bit more quiet. I think for me, I'm more of a kind of like a culture buff. So in Gyeongbokgung, always the coolest to see, the traditional palaces. But really for me, I think anyone coming from the US, they're gonna find value even if it's on a touristy or non-touristy street here. So my recommendation is, if you're downloading Naver or anything, just turn off your maps, go down a side street, see what cool restaurants there are, and you'll always run into cool people, cool places. I haven't had any negative experiences here. Every spot has been truly eye-opening, so really just go wherever, and you'll end up finding a favorite spot.
I think some of the main places we stick to or gravitate towards is like Itaewon, Hongdae, definitely during the day, and then Gangnam, shopping, like Lotte World, like places like that where, you're gonna, anywhere is so much fun and there's good food everywhere, but I do feel like Itaewon and then Hongdae for shopping, for sure.
And what is one advice to give to other tourists that would like to travel to Korea right now?
It's more than safe to do so, and honestly, it wasn't impulsive for me, but if I didn't have a friend that lived here, I would have never came. But for anyone who, doesn't know anyone here, or if you're questioning, will I be safe or will I be able to, get around by myself, absolutely do it. It is 100 times more safer than anywhere in the US. You can travel without any hesitancy. You'll be more than protected. So just take that leap, and you'll be comfortable here, guaranteed. Yeah.
Do a proper research, because actually when you get there, people are, maybe they speak English, but they are scared to actually use it. And do a proper research, to get your T-Money card, get your cash, get your cards working, because if you have Visa with PIN, it's not going to work, and 80% of the places. So just get your research and get your things done before.
Wear warm clothes. I'm wearing quite a few layers under here because it's quite cold, so I came from a warmer country. Don't hesitate, don't hold back. It's a really great place, really friendly people, and if safety is a concern, honestly, I feel very safe.